Hello, it's Dave Bradley Jones from PlayoutONE with another PlayoutONE video. Today we're looking at Data Controller. As the title suggests, what is Data Controller? Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our PlayoutONE YouTube channel so you're notified every time we release one of these wonderful videos. Simply go to youtube.com/PlayoutONE and then you can find the subscribe button there. Okay, let's get on to it then. So, over the course of the next couple of minutes, the aim of the game is to just give you a brief overview of what Data Controller does, how it may be useful to you, and the power that it possesses. So, here it is. It's the DC icon on the desktop. We've launched it here, and this is what it is. This is how it looks. Very simple application. Its main function really is to sit in between PlayoutONE and those external devices that you may need to use. So what may those external devices be? Well, if you're taking a satellite program, then of course we need to receive triggers from the satellite program and then send them on to PlayoutONE to do something, whether that be a play next command to play the next commercials in the log, to trigger the legal ID, to trigger a specific cart, something like that. So that could be one instance. Another instance could be to interface with your Wheatstone or Axia network. Perhaps you've got a button on the desk and you want to press that button. And when you press it, it triggers something in PlayoutONE. So using the Wheatstone LIOs or SLIOs, been doing my homework, or the Axia GPIOs, we can trigger that. Another function in here, if you've got an audio science card, you may want to use the GPIOs on that so that when something shorts them, it does something in PlayoutONE. And we can do the whole reverse. So we don't just receive commands from external sources, we can have PlayoutONE talk to those external sources. So for example, if in the log we need to switch a satellite to a certain feed, we can have a command in the log, it gets passed into Data Controller. In turn, that talks to the satellite source. Simple as that. So let's take a look at the app itself. Here we go then, very, very simple. You'll see that, first of all, we are connected to PlayoutONE. I'm going to click the PlayoutONE tab. And what you'll see are a couple of settings here. We've popped in the database. We've popped in the option here to connect to the on-air machine. And if you look on the top of the PlayoutONE bar, you'll see that Data Controller is connected because there is a big green light lit up with DC on the top PlayoutONE bar. So that is really, really quite useful to see straight away whether PlayoutONE is indeed connected and talking to Data Controller. Now, that's all the settings needed there. If I untick connected, you'll see that the Data Controller light goes away. So that's as I say, a nice, easy way to see if PlayoutONE is actually talking to Data Controller. Now, because this talks over the network, Data Controller doesn't have to be sat on the same machine like we have here that PlayoutONE is running. It can sit on your server, can sit on a PC in the racks room, and then it will talk to PlayoutONE over the network. The great thing also is that if you switch studios and you put another studio on the air, it will automatically route to that PlayoutONE. There's no having to reconfigure it just because you do a studio move. Simple as that. So that's how we talk to PlayoutONE. Let's look at the COM port settings here. So this is where you would typically select your COM port if you're talking to a satellite, a broadcast tools box, for example, and we would turn this on. You can talk up to up to 3 different COM ports: COM A, B, and C. So if you've got a very, very busy service, like this ESPN affiliate here has, then you may have up to 2 satellite boxes or 2 switches that you're talking to. That can be achieved within PlayoutONE here. Now, command comes in. Let's go to the matrix here. This is how we program it. So let's have a look at how this works. So we've got an ESPN trigger play next here. If I double click on this, simple description, that gives us a little description of what the actual trigger is. Here's the command coming from the ESPN affiliate. And then what we can do here is we can select when we see 12792, what are we going to do in PlayoutONE? Well, for this, we're going to do a play next, which is just going to play the next commercials in the log. So if I scroll down, there it is. There's my mouse. And we can hit update. So that's how you map an incoming command to a PlayoutONE command. Very, very simple to do, very, very flexible, and works fantastically well when coupled with a broadcast tools box, for example, to do switching. Similarly, we have the same functionality with Wheatstone and also with Axia. So again, what you would do is, let's take the Axia example. When we want to map a command, we would simply, let's go play next here. We're going to build our Axia command using the build button. So it's going to be a GPI, and we're going to say when we get GPI 1 pin 2, and when it turns off, we're going to do a simple command of play next again in the PlayoutONE log. Let's just scroll down. There it is. Play next. Lovely. So that's the Axia matrix. Very, very similar with the Wheatstone matrix as well. All simple to do, nice and flexible. We can even day part these commands as well. So if you only want to react to these events at a certain date and time, then you can do as well, all within the matrix. Finally, we've got some settings here that you may want to actually use perhaps. One is an email, so you can actually watch for a specific command, and if that command hasn't been received, then it can email you to let you know, hey, there could be a problem, we've not received the command. All set within here. So as you can see, Data Controller, really, really powerful, really, really flexible, and a really, really simple to use tool if you were trying to use PlayoutONE in a satellite environment, or to talk to a Wheatstone, Axia, or other source that requires one of these facilities. If you have any more questions, please do not hesitate to email support@playoutone.com, or you can find all our help guides to do with Data Controller and everything else at help.playoutone.com.